It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the.
Hey everyone, this is Eric back again with Auto Replay. Going to show you just a quick overview of our 2019 Chevrolet Equinox. This is a LS model, not the LT model. I think the LT model is a step up. So basically we have manual seats. Everything else is electric in the car. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you. So here's the front of it. It's got the newer style versus I believe like 2007, 2008. It's got more of an aggressive look to it. A lot of detail. Kind of reminds me like a Camaro, just a little bit more eco-friendly, you know what I mean? So that's basically what the front looks like, and it's got this bluish purplish looking paint. When the sun hits it there like a certain way, almost looks purple. So I don't know if y'all can really see that. I need to get a good wash on it. But we've taken quite a few trips in it, and it takes about $30 to fill up, maybe $35 to fill up. It's got 17-inch, I believe these are alloy wheels, and this was a certified Chevrolet car. So everything was going through. The only thing I wish it was they put new tires on it, but I'll probably get 15,000 miles out of it, you know what I mean? But everything's in good shape, brakes. The cool feature about this right here is you have the remote control, which this doesn't have the automatic start, but it's got your automatic lock and unlock. And then you have an app nowadays, My Chevy app, where I can unlock and lock the car. I can get status updates. Like told me like the oil change was due at like 25,000 miles, so I took it in. You can lock and unlock your car just with a push of the button whenever you're close with the remote control, the key fob. So that's convenient. You don't really have to pull it out. You just press a button. So you got your door locks here, your power windows, power mirror, all that stuff right here, your automatic window lock. So this is where I was talking about, the seats are manual. So what I believe is that you kind of it's interesting, you push this down and the seat goes down, or you raise it up, then this will do your tilts on the back. So I can see that lasting for 5 years. It's a hard plastic, but this plastic after about 10 years, I can see that getting wore out, you know what I mean? Looks like you got a push button for something for the headrest. Really haven't figured that out yet. But let's get in here, and it's got a USB-C, I believe, connection here. Got a regular USB, aux, and then you got your cigarette lighter. So that's the only thing about this one. I don't know, it's just because the phone I have an iPhone 12. We normally just connect with a regular iPhone connection, but you do have this cord. I'm looking at getting a wireless charger kit that does fit in here. You just plug it in, then you can set your phone in here. The only thing I don't like about this is that I have to be connected USB for my Chevy or for my Apple Play to work on here. So that's a downfall. I could play music Bluetooth, but it's just a pain to have a cord connected to a car, in a sense. Got your glove box over there. It's a passenger seat. It's got a beautiful stitching in it. I mean, I like the stitching. It is cloth, so it is a nice little texture, pattern to it. We just throw stuff in here. I just kind of threw stuff in here for now. It's got this little tray that's removable, and I guess you got a light down there. I don't believe there's any connections in here. I think you could, like some other models, you would have a connection right here, but not in this one. So we'll close that up, show you the back seat, and unlock the door. Man, that sun is bright. So, you know, for our kids, I got a 7-year-old son and 4-year-old daughter, and, you know, it's enough room to fit 2 young kids right now with their car seats. It also has, you know, your rear AC vents here, and then it's got 2 USB connections down there. So basically they have their tablets, they could just plug them in and charge them, you know, and we just go on a road trip. You know, there's pockets behind the seat. There's no TVs in the headrest or nothing like that, but you know, I figured this is a good fit for now, but in a couple years as my son grows, we would need like a Traverse, a little bit bigger car. So, you know, you got your gas. This is where you fill up for your gas. You just press it, and you just push it in there. So there's no cap at all. So that's a beautiful thing, because, you know, people forget to tighten their caps and stuff, or they lose them. You know, this is the rear end. So you could tell it's an LS model because it doesn't say LT. The LT say LT there. It's got a rear view camera right here, and you want to look me up, you can look me up, no matter. So that does work great. I'm still kind of getting used to that. There's a button here to unlock the trunk, and this is all the room that you get. And we just went to Tennessee. It was enough to get, I think everybody had their own luggage, plus I had my ski clothes. So there were literally 5 bags in here, plus, you know, shoes and other accessories. I mean, we're stacked to the rim just with 4 people. So, you know, really, I think a Traverse would be a little bit better on that sense. When you do want to go travel and you got 4 people with, you know, 6 pieces of luggage. So, and show you, they also had these little bump stops here. So the kids open up the door and they go, you know, and it hits another car, it actually bumps off of it. So that's kind of neat feature there. You know, haven't really seen that on the car before. Oh, it's got this running board down here too, for, I guess, for the kids to jump on or so. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like that's more stylish than anything. I believe the mirrors do fold in, so you could fold them in if you needed to park close to somebody else, or, you know, you're storing it for quite some time. Yeah, it's got all the newer wipers on it, like my Mercedes had a while back. And let's pop the hood, show you the 1.5 liter engine, and it's got a turbocharger. So I don't pop it much because, I mean, when I bought it, had 20-something thousand miles on it. So, okay, there's just a little yellow lever. Y'all can see that right there. Please just pull that to the right side. Okay. This has a Ecotech. It's a 1.5 liter engine. Engine's clean, man. You know, it's a newer car. And I haven't done any service on this. I just take this to Chevy. Like with my air pressure, like the application, the smartphone app told me that my tires are low. I just drove right to Chevy. They filled them up. And then I basically scheduled an oil change because it was time for oil change. But this is a little turbocharger that we have. And, you know, this thing gets about 30-40 miles per gallon, depending on how you drive it. When I go on road trips, I like to scoot down the road. So this turbocharger does come in handy right there. And it's good enough where it's like, you know, once you get about 2,000, 3,000 RPM, you can really kick it in. It'll start boosting because there is a lag to a turbocharger. That's the only thing versus a supercharger in a sense. So, you know, that's basically the engine. You got your battery. You know, you can check for your, looks like your washer fluid here. Looks like, what is this? That's your antifreeze. This is probably your brake right there. This is where you would check for your oil. And I don't know Looks like you got AC connections. Like, you know, I mean, it's a newer car, so wouldn't really worry about that. But you got AC connection here, AC connection down here. This is your high pressure line. This is your low pressure line. And this is a front wheel drive vehicle. So this has probably got the sealed transmission, you know. I think a lot of newer cars do that. Like, I don't think you actually check the transmission fluid. I don't see a dipstick in here, but I have to do some research to find out. Looks like, you know, it's probably fuses all in here. You know, air filter, but all that was replaced before I bought it, because I already checked the cabin air filter thinking that it was due for a replacement, and the Chevy dealership already took care of that. So kudos for them for certifying their cars. They do a really good job. I just wish I would have paid $500 more to get new tires, just so I don't have to worry about them, because I think those tires are going to be like $900 to $1,000. I think I'm in like the yellow right now when they went ahead and rotated them. So, you know, I got a little bit more time out of them, and they are wearing even. So let's take a look inside this interior at the instrumentation that we have going on here. We have the illumination, you know, adjustment right here where you can adjust to be brighter or dimmer. You have your headlight control here. I just leave it on automatic, but you can turn your parking lights on. This is your cruise control. You can turn it on and off, cancel it, you can set it. So, you know, once you get up to speed, you turn this on, it makes a green, you know, cruise control light come on the instrument dash there. Then you can set it whatever speed, and you can increase it, decrease it. You have your turn signal here, you know, just up and down. Your windshield wiper, you know, control for the front and for the rear on the rear hatch there. And then you have your hands-free Bluetooth for your smartphone. You can cancel a call. Then you have your menu button here. So I like to leave it on the fuel range. They do have this menu here, and you can go through different options, like that tells you your average vehicle speed. So you have like a teenager, you know, it'll let you know they're speeding. It's got all these different things. It tells you your fuel economy, you know, that's the speed. If you want to leave it on the speed, it'll give you a digital readout. And you can go to the right. This tells you your tire pressure, battery voltage. It tells me the alternator's working there, coolant temperature, traction controls on, and you could change the units. If you have like a teenager, I believe, just running around learning, and they're not supposed to leave town, and you know, you're thinking they're only gonna go like 45 miles or 55 miles, you could put a speed warning on, you know, start beeping for them. Let them know that, hey, you're going too fast, you know. It shows you your fuel economy. So, you know, like I said, it goes from like 25 to 40. It depends on how I'm driving. But like, I like to leave it just kind of on the fuel range so I could see how much fuel I got left. So that's a good overview on the car. You know, it's got, you know, these little handles. I mean, you know, it's got a little lighted up visors right here. So it looks like it's got that too here. And then kids can turn on a little light back here. You just press that with your button. So they do have that. And it looks like you can raise the headrest up with that button. So it's got a cool design. It reminds me of the Malibu. And I like it. It's comfy, you know. But I believe the next thing to do would be to get a Traverse, you know. There's a push button engine start to the right there, and you have your AC controls here. This is for a single. This is not dual climate control. So this is your fan speed, your front windshield, your rear defrost, you know. This is your AC control on and off. This is your temperature, just, you know, hot to the right, you know, cold to the left. This is for your front AC vents and your ones on your feet. So this is a little bit different than my City Express van that has adjustments where you can put more or less the vents on your feet versus your face. I kind of like that in the winter to have more heat towards my feet. This is your touchscreen for your entertainment. And once you connect your iPhone cable to it, the Apple CarPlay comes up. If you have an Android, it comes up. Then basically I have like my Waze come up so I can see where I'm going and give me navigation that way. And if you have like Spotify, anything like that, that'll come on. So we'll